Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We're going to be doing things a little different today. Normally, I am talking to you and you can see me, but today, I don't really feel like showing my face, and that is because I'm still dealing with these flare-ups of eczema and what presents like hives. But I don't want to go into that right now. If you want to stick around to the end, I'll give you more information on what I've been going through and what I now know it is. So you're more than welcome to stick with me till the end and find out a little more. The real message I want to share with you today is all about hydration, and you might be surprised about what I'm going to share with you in regards to hydration. So, yesterday I had an amazing Akashic Records reading with a client, and there was information that was shared that I thought everybody needs to know this. We all know that hydration is really important for our body, right? We hear it all the time that we need to stay hydrated. And that was shared yesterday as well, that being hydrated, that the body being hydrated is very important, right, for physical wellness. However, the really cool thing that was shared in the Akashic Records yesterday was that hydration is the key to keeping your purpose alive inside yourself, within you. So let me get into some of the things that they shared. Okay, so water is needed in the body to create the energy of creativity. So what does that mean? It means it is literally creating energy and health, not just for your physical body, but for your soul as well. Water actually energizes your body and your soul and continues to create or feed the soul's creativity. And they shared that water is what feeds every cell, every muscle, tissue, and the brain. And we know this. We know that water is very important in body functions, right? But maybe what you didn't know is that water is the informer of the gifts you hold within you. They said that water is all around us at all times, and that's been shared in the Akashic Records many times with many of my clients. And what they mean by that is that water is in the air. You're breathing water, the humidity, you're breathing the water in the air. And that carries a particular frequency and is also how we share frequency with each other. And water can be considered the breath of God. And when God is living within us through water, you're continuously feeding your physical vessel with the breath of God. And everything that you have been infused with as a soul to come here to fulfill on. So the water that is flowing within your body is informed with all the information that God gave you, that you gave yourself prior to coming here, all the beautiful gifts and unique qualities of who you are is flowing within you through water. They said that it's very important to keep yourself hydrated so that your water is well circulated within your system, in your body, and that it's clean, that you're drinking clean water, that it's transforming within your body and transporting information in your body, and that is clean, pure energy so that we can continue receiving our blueprint continuously. The information of our blueprint is continuously flowing and being informed, and our body is continuously being informed with that information, with that blueprint, with that soul design, with that breath of God within your blood, your tissues, your muscle, even your thoughts. your creative process can stay alive this way. And I was just mind blown when I heard this. Because again, in the Akashic Records, they've talked about water being the essence of God, and it's all around us, and it's within us as well. And it is what is constantly sort of creating the frequency and charge for purity, for innocence, for intuition, for telepathy, for all the things. It's the charge between us. It's the frequency and charge and vibration that causes evolution, spiritual evolution, connection to spirit realm, to God, to ourselves. Water is God. I've heard this so many times in the Akashic Records, but I've never heard it in this way where they are telling us that water is not just hydrating us, but that hydration is important because the essence of God and the gifts of who we are contained within that water, and it's informing our tissues and our muscle and our thoughts and our brain, which is continuing to give energy to our creative process in order for us to fulfill on what we came here to do. It's incredible. So it may seem like a little thing when you hear stay hydrated, drink lots of water, but it's actually very important to stay hydrated, both for your body and so that you can fulfill on your purpose here. Mind blown. Absolutely mind blown. I really wish that I could be with you, see you, and have you see me as I'm sharing this information with you. So now I can get into what's been going on with me, but for about let's say since mid-March, I have been dealing with what was presenting as what I thought was hives on my face, like full face and neck. And then after the hives go away, I end up with a complete shutting of my skin. Like everything is just flaking and falling off. And that's happened about 5 times over the course of the last few weeks since March, mid-March. I have since figured it out. I didn't even use this very much and not for very long. So the reaction I'm having is me having, I'm really glad I'm having the reaction now, early on. And so I won't have to deal with something worse later. But what happened is that because I had eczema in December when I went home to Texas, a friend of mine offered me a steroid ointment that had been given to her son. And so I tried it and it was miraculous, right? I mean, steroids they're a cheat to getting what you want immediately. So, the eczema cleared up and I was like, wow, this is amazing. She said, take it home, use it. So I brought it home with me. I really didn't use it very often, occasionally through the month of January and half of February. And then in late February, things started getting worse. And I started getting eczema where I'd never had it before, all along my hairline, all around, like the entire head. And so I started using it more. I started getting it on my hand where I never get it. I started getting it on my neck where I never get it. Started using this steroid ointment even more. Things just kept getting worse. So eventually I started having in mid-March this horrible reaction, which I now know is called red skin syndrome or topical steroid withdrawal. And for me, I wasn't actually withdrawing from it. I was having a reaction from using it over the course of a couple months. And this reaction is that full red, swollen, burning, tingling, itching, very itching, hot skin. And then after this phase of flaking of the skin coming off. And so this happened to me 5 times. And since I found out that it is the topical steroid that is causing this reaction, I quit using it. I I think the last time I used it was around the beginning of May. So I'm about 3 weeks into this process of detoxing this stuff out of my system, and I'm doing much better. I actually haven't had a full-on flare-up in 3 weeks, but today or actually last night, I started having a mild one. So I just didn't want to be on camera today. My eyes are swollen and red and itchy. Uh, and I have a little bit of it on my cheeks as well today. It's much less severe than it has been. So that is giving me hope that it's getting better, and it's just going to be a matter of time before I get this all out of my system, and I will no longer have these types of flare ups anymore. But I just didn't want to be on camera today, which sucks, and which is why I also skipped last Saturday. So rather than skipping and not giving you this really great information today, I decided to do a video where I'm not on camera. And so, this is sort of a warning to you as well about topical steroid use. And I think that some people don't have this reaction, but after doing a lot of Googling and research and seeing a lot of journeys online of people who have been using these steroids since they were children for things like eczema, and then going off them or developing a reaction like this. I am lucky that I only did it for like maybe 2.5 months, and that it's only affecting my face, because there are some horrible, horrible journeys out there for some people where it is their entire body that is red and oozing and burning and itching and flaking. So I feel horrible for those people, and I just want to give you a word of caution if you are using a topical steroid to be very careful with that choice, and do what's right for you, but be be aware that this could happen if you choose to stop using it, or it could become a reaction to the ointment as well. And talk with your doctor always. I'm not giving you medical advice here. I'm just sharing my experience. So thank you so much for being with me today. I hope I can actually be on camera next week, and I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Bye bye.